All right, Dolphin fans, let's do this. 2020 is a few months away, right? There's nothing wrong with being way too early in the season predictions. Let's get on with it. Game 1 at the Patriots. No thank you. That's all I'm going to say about this game. It's a tough way to start the season. All right. Are we seeing Cam Newton? Are we seeing Mac Jones? I'm going to roll the dice that Bill Belichick is going to throw Cam Newton out there maybe for the first 4 or 6 games, sort of like what Flores did with Fitzpatrick until Tua came in Game 7, right? So I'm looking for a loss here. I think 26-15 Patriots. Don't get too discouraged, but this is a tough place to open up, number 1 and number 2. The Patriots, you know, they're hopeful. They're hopeful, right? It's their home opener. No can do. It's not going to happen. Game 2, home opener against the Bills. Now, the Bills the previous week had their home opener against Pittsburgh, likely a win. There's no way we want to start off 0-2, and if we want to have, you know, a statement game saying, look, AFC East is wide open, this is a must-win. I'm looking at 36-24 Miami. It's going to be closer than that, though, all right? Buffalo, obviously, was a better team than us last year. I'm looking for them to take a step back. I don't think they're going to quite have as good of a season. I think 11 wins-ish is going to win this division. I see us winning this game and getting to 1-1. Game 3 at the Raiders. Point blank. This is a game against a bad team that we should win. You want to make the playoffs, these are the ones that you have to win. All right? Now, unless something crazy happens, you're not, you know, David Carr is going to be a quarterback. You're not looking at Aaron Rodgers unless miracle of miracles happen. 33-17 Miami. We get to 2-1. It's an absolute must-have. Game 4, home against the Colts. All right. Look, it's a home game. It's 1 o'clock. It has all the makings of a statement game. Unfortunately, I'm thinking not quite yet. 17-16 Colts. Obviously, this one could go either way, but I'm just not feeling this game. I think this one's going to hurt us a little bit later on in the season. I hate to put a loss here, guys, but I'm telling you, I think this is going to be a little bit early in the season. Tua's not going to be quite... I'm not saying he's not going to be ready, but obviously he's going to improve as the year goes on. I think the Colts are going to take this one. Game 5 at Tampa Bay, the Tom Brady game against the champs. Now, we just blew one the week before that it looks like we probably should have, would have, could have won. This one looks like one we probably should have, could have lost, except for the fact that I'm calling Miami 34-30, gets the record to 3-2. If anybody has ever had Tom Brady's number, even if it's just stopping a late game drive, which this game will probably come down to, it's been the Dolphins. We got to have this one after we blow the one the week before. I'm calling it a W. Game 6 at Jacksonville. I like this game because not only are we playing a bad team with a rookie quarterback, but we're playing a road game in Florida in which the Florida team will not have a weather advantage. 28-14 Miami. We run the record to 4-2. Game 6, home against Atlanta. We're rolling now. 27-20 Miami. Atlanta's bad, and if they lose Julio Jones, they're going to be even worse. Not feeling a problem here. This is where we got to get on a little bit of a roll here, guys. We get that record to 5-2. Game 8 at Buffalo. 33-21 Buffalo. It's on Halloween. Cameron Wake is not going to be here to save us with an overtime sack for a safety for the victory like we did against Cincinnati a few years ago. It's close. It's close. This one, you know, we're on a roll and you're thinking, hey, we can get to 6-2, man. We're going to really start showing people. But this is at Buffalo. Just not yet. Not yet. Close, but not yet. We're on the record to 5-3. Game 9 against Houston at home. Must win. 40-10 Miami. Why is it a must win? Because in 4 days we're getting ready to play the Ravens. We already know how that's going to go down. Who the hell knows who Houston's going to have at quarterback? I don't think it's going to matter this game. We roll. We get that record to 6-3. Which leads us to Game 10. Ravens, Thursday night. Home game. What a bummer. 24-12 Baltimore. Until we prove we can beat this team, we can't beat this team. Maybe this is the game, but on a short week against a tough Baltimore team, I'm not seeing it, guys. The record goes to 6-3. 6-4. 6-4. Game 11 at the Jets. 38-14 Miami. We get a little bit of extra time to prepare. Rookie quarterback, bad team, new coach, 7-4. Game 12, Carolina. Now this is the point in the season, Dolphin fans, where we're 7-4. And for the last 20 years, 7-4 always leads to 7-5. But this year, 44-10 Miami, and we roll our record to 8-4. Why? Sam Darnold. I mean, look, if anybody's going to know how bad Sam Darnold can be, it's us. This is a must-win game after the previous week. 44-10 Miami, we get that record to 8-4. Game 13 against the Giants. Daniel Jones getting laid on in his make-it-or-break-it year. I'm going to call this one a W, but it's going to take overtime. 16-13 Fins. We get that record to 9-4. It's sounding really, really good. We're getting high hopes here, but this game right here, it could be a trap. We cannot fall prey to this trap game. Game 14 against the Jets. We're coming off the bye. We've basically been home for a solid month now as a team. 21-17 Miami. There's no way we're blowing this. We get that record to 10-4. I don't even see this one as a trap game. We're going to be fresh. We got this one. Game 15 at New Orleans Monday night. I don't care what the circumstances are. You don't pick against New Orleans at home on Monday night. 34-28 New Orleans. I know that we don't know what to expect out of Taysom Hill, and I know, by now Tua's got us rolling and everything, but nobody in their right mind is going to predict a victory at New Orleans on Monday night. Just doesn't happen. We've got room there. We get to 10-5. We're still good to go. Game 16 at the Titans. Ryan Tannehill. Jeez. 23-20 Titans. If this was a home, I might feel a little bit different, okay? But just like the Colts game earlier on in the season, you know what I mean? This one's going to have playoff implications, but this one's on the road. Tannehill, does anything about the Dolphins' history tell you that Tannehill's going to do anything but lead a come-from-behind victory? Nope. We get to 10-6. Game 17, home against the Patriots. Finished the season 11-6 with a 24-12 victory over New England. They're kaputs. They're out of the playoffs. 11-6 is either going to make the wild card or quite possibly could win the AFC East, depending on how some of those games go. I've got us pegged to lose against the Colts, and I've got us pegged to lose against the Titans. So getting a wild card spot there, you know, it better not come down to those two teams, and the AFC East better not come down to conference record, or we could find ourselves on the outskis. All right, I like this team. I think we're making forward progress, but at the same time, we're still in wait and see with Tua mode. All right, he just came out the other day and kind of admitted. Maybe I don't know, maybe I didn't really know the playbook the way I should have last season. Everybody's giving him credit for coming on and admitting that he didn't know the playbook that well. And all right, you know, you're man enough to admit your mistake. My problem is you made the mistake. You had Nick Saban as a coach. This is not exactly a softie, you know what I mean? If you didn't learn how to prepare under Nick Saban and you came to the NFL and it kind of surprised you, which is what Tua said, he said the NFL kind of surprised him a little bit. I'm a little bit concerned that he's going to be one of those guys that is going to be a late bloomer because all of his mistakes, he's going to have to learn from his mistakes, where like some of the things where other guys will come in and be like, I know how to do it. With Tua, it may be like, oh, I just screwed up and learned what not to do. Now I know how to do it. So we may see him struggle a little bit this season, in the beginning especially, because he's been, you know, he said in this interview, he wasn't really prepared to do the checks and the changes and change the play at the line of scrimmage. I watched a lot of football for last year, and one thing that I noticed that we were doing a lot of, especially with Fitzpatrick, was finding ways, unique ways to get those tight ends open. It's got to come down to the quarterback changing the play at the line of scrimmage, okay? You're not going to have that happen in your base offense. So Tua's going to have to hit things rolling from the beginning. You got a tough schedule, and I've got us getting some wins in the beginning and then some losses at the end. If Tua falters even a little bit at the beginning, the bottom of that schedule is tough there. Those last 3 games, we could play really, really well and still lose 2 of them. Tua's got to be rocking and rolling from the beginning, all right? I appreciate everybody who watches. Tomorrow I got NHL content coming back. Like I said, I'm not going to slow down either way. 11-6 is a nice record, especially, since we got the 17 games. I'm looking at this team making the playoffs. Winning a game in the playoffs is probably our cap, unless Tua just absolutely balls out and all three wide receivers, Fuller, Williams, and Devontae Parker, stay healthy and healthy and healthy. That's the key, man. Health. All right, guys. I'll see you again tomorrow.